G'day Team St Albans, and welcome to the Wednesday Word of Wisdom brought to you from a victory ride. And I'm standing here in front of the canteen, eagerly anticipating our return to what is the most essential and important aspect of being human, coming together to worship the Creator around his meal table and around his Holy Eucharist. Friends, as I've thought about the state of the world in the last week, and I've been deep in prayer and meditation about that, felt like, and this is up for you to discern too, but felt like the Spirit had dropped Micah 6:9 and onwards on my head, and it really made me sit back and take stock. Listen to these words. The voice of the Lord cries to the city, it is sound wisdom to fear your name. Hear, O tribe and assembly of the city. Can I forget the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked and the scant measure that is accursed? Can I tolerate wicked scales and a bag of dishonest weights? Your wealthy are full of violence, your inhabitants speak lies, with tongues of deceit in their mouths. Therefore I have begun to strike you down, making you desolate because of your sins. You shall eat and not be satisfied, and there shall be a gnawing hunger within you. You shall put away but not save, and what you save I will hand over to the sword. You shall sow but not reap. You shall tread olives but not anoint yourselves with oil. You shall tread grapes but not drink wine. For you have kept the statutes of Omri and all the works of the house of Ahab, and you have followed their counsels. Therefore I will make you a desolation and your inhabitants an object of hissing. So you shall bear the scorn of my people. Wow, that was a scathing rebuke from the prophet Micah to the government of his day and to the wealthy of his day. God said in the beginning that democracy was a terrible idea. The people voted to have a king, but he said, no, that's a bad idea. The best way to govern this nation is to have me appoint someone and for them to listen to every word I've got to say. And if they're not listening to me, I'm going to raise up some dudes called prophets to call foul, to call bull dust on their poor actions and decisions. So he had engineered checks and balances in the system. But no, we thought we could do it better. Well, we've got democracy these days, and protest is very much an important part of calling bull dust on the system. The thing about protest is it's inconvenient, sometimes it doesn't make sense, and it upends our lives. So full credit to those who had the courage to turn out on Saturday to say that Black Lives Matter. The prophet Micah calls the government to account over their dishonest and greedy dealings across the land. These are supposed to be God's people following God's statutes, but the people in charge were taking it all for themselves and funneling everything into their hands and cheating the working person and the poor and the outcast and the widow and the orphan and the asylum seeker. They were cheating that whole crowd out of what God considered was their fair share. This might have been a word of the Lord through the prophet Micah to the people of Israel 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. Probably 3. But it could be a word to our society today. How much have we funneled into our hands and taken from this world and left the working person and the poor and the outsider behind? Where we can, where you and I can, we need to make choices that make a difference. And we can, by the words we use, the things we share, the causes we support, and how we spend our hard-earned, and what we'll show up to support. So friends, don't be a part of this violent and greedy system. Where you can, defy it, protest against it, and use what you've got in your hands to make a difference. Until Sunday, the peace of the Lord be with you.